I'm Eric. I sing and play in Rebelution.
What's up? I'm Rory. I play keyboards.
Wes, drums.
Marley D. Williams, bass guitar.
It all started in, let's see, we all met in college in Santa Barbara. We were all taking music classes, and then kind of at the time, everybody was listening to a lot of reggae, I think, and we met each other through like the scene of Isla Vista, which is the college community out there. So we all got together and just started like playing our favorite tunes, stuff that we were listening to at the time. We just wanted to cover those songs, and then we started playing originals, and then just kind of slowly built ourselves up, and here we are 10 years later.
When you have to come up with a name, it's like, how can you be different, or how can you, what can represent you and be original? And I think when Rebelution first came out, it was like, yeah, that works. That sounds pretty cool. And you spell it different, and you can apply a lot of different meanings to Rebelution too. There's revolution, there's evolution, there's just rebel, solution. It's kind of had a lot of. We felt like we could use that, and it represented us well. Kind of like our music. It's hybrid.
It's cool because I think it means something different to each one of us. Like for me, it means being a rebel in a positive manner, in a non-violent manner. So for us, we're doing it through our words and through our music, and non-violence is a big thing for us, None of us have ever been in any sort of physical engagement ever in our lives, and like we want it to stay that way because that's what it's all about. We want to encourage people to speak, with kind words and to keep it non-violent. That's a big thing. We bring a lot of energy, I think. A lot of people classify us as like reggae, and that's cool with us. I mean, obviously reggae is a huge part to our sound. And I think there's like maybe a misconception about reggae being like mellow and just kind of like, kick back. And I guess some of our songs are like that, but I think when you go see a Rebelution show, like you're seeing a whole different reggae experience. And it's really our take on reggae music, From the beginning we were covering these kind of roots and dancehall songs, and then we kind of morphed it into our own sound. And so when you come to a Rebelution show, I think people are moving, they're singing along, they're dancing. So for anybody that hasn't seen us, definitely check us out because, you'll see the crowd really engaged with, what we're doing.
Well, I think with any band, your first album is songs that you've written, in your life up to that point. So you're ready, you have all this built up from years past. Whereas your sophomore album, that's why you get the sophomore slump sometimes, because then you're stuck with writing, with only a year or two notice. So, gotten past that point. We're on our fourth album now, so we're at the point where we're used to writing consistently and just jamming out together in sound checks or even at our homes and just sending each other ideas. So I think we're at that point now where we can just do things digitally, and then when we do get together in the same spot, we already have a good frame of reference, and then just take it from there.
Yeah, when we all come together too, I think we all have our influences come into play, and so maybe Eric will have a song going, some lyrics and chords, and then four of us start jamming it together for the first time. I think little things change, or little nuances come into play, and I think that's one of the most fun parts. Is kind of we play how we like to play and talk about what do you think about this and that, and that's one of the most fun parts too, is coming together with the songs, and a lot of it's at sound checks on the road and stuff, and we're all together anyway, so acoustic jams in the bus and that kind of thing.
It's our fourth full-length album. It's called Count Me In. I would say about 2/3 of the album is kind of like the formula that we've used to get us to where we are today. And then the other third is kind of, always trying to push the genre, like Eric was saying, our take on reggae music, and trying to spin it another way and having those undertones, but branching out into other genres too, like R&B and, rock, and things like that. So it's pretty cool, to see where our music has come, and also still tying in, incorporating what, got us here.
I think in order to tour, you have to love what you do. It's if you don't love what you're doing, if you're not loving getting on stage every night, you're gonna have a miserable time. But for us, like we love performing. It's what we've always done, and it's actually the downtime in between the shows that's the hardest part about touring. It's when you get on stage that makes it all worth it. So. We might be tired, but once we get on stage, it gives us life, it gives us energy, and that's how we're able to tour as much as we have in the past, 10 years.
Got to make sure to sleep enough too. So, too many nights of just a couple hours of sleep doesn't work. So sleep in as much as you can.
The worst enemy of a touring musician is when pizza shows up at 1 a.m. and then it's just like, oh man, that's when you get tested. That's the real test. Can you say no?
Well, for me, is listening to a lot of reggae, because, I'd say a majority of the music has a nice positive undertone to it. And, when I first heard reggae and fell in love with it, it influenced me to do the same thing to people. Like I want to put out that message that it gave to me, So I left this concert feeling amazing, like this amazing feeling that I wanted to do something good in this world and make people feel positive and motivate them and inspire them. So, I have a choice to write about what I want to write about, lyrically, and like why not try to make a positive impact? That's, to me, that's what reggae is all about, and that's something I've learned from it, and what I want to do the same for other people. Hey, we're Rebelution. You guys are watching Grammy Pro.